There are moments when waiting feels heavier than doing, when nothing is visibly wrong. Yet something inside grows restless, an urge to move, to resolve, to escape the pause. Patience is often misunderstood. It is not the absence of desire. It is not indifference. It is the tension of wanting something and choosing not to force it. This tension can feel uncomfortable because the mind prefers movement. It prefers action over stillness, certainty over ambiguity, resolution over process. When things take time, the mind starts to fill the gap. It questions. It anticipates. It creates scenarios. Why is this not happening yet? Did I do something wrong? Is something about to fail? These thoughts are not random. They are attempts to regain a sense of control, to reduce the discomfort of not knowing, but waiting exposes something deeper. A difficulty in staying with what is unfinished. A discomfort with open endings. A quiet resistance to the present moment as it is. The body feels this too. Subtle agitation. A slight tension in the chest, a sense that something should be happening, even when there is nothing to act upon. Over time, impatience becomes a habit, a learned response to uncertainty. Move faster, decide quickly, resolve immediately. And when that pattern repeats, stillness begins to feel unfamiliar, almost threatening, because stillness removes distraction. It brings attention back to what is unresolved inside. Sometimes impatience is not about time. It is about discomfort, about the difficulty of staying with emotions that do not resolve quickly. Doubt, insecurity, expectation. Waiting makes these emotions more visible. And so the mind tries to move away. It seeks answers too soon. It pushes for conclusions. It tries to close what is not ready to close, but not everything follows your timing. Some processes require space. Some changes happen gradually, outside of immediate awareness. Growth, especially, is often quiet. It does not announce itself. It does not always feel like progress. Sometimes it feels like repetition, like standing still, like nothing is changing. But beneath that perception, adjustments are happening. Slow shifts, small integrations, subtle reorganizations of how you think, feel, and respond. Patience is the ability to remain present during this phase, without rushing to conclusions, without forcing clarity. It is not passive. It is an active form of restraint, a conscious decision to stay, even when leaving would feel easier. This does not mean ignoring your needs or accepting situations that harm you. It means recognizing the difference between what requires action and what requires time. This distinction is not always obvious, but with attention it becomes clearer. You begin to notice when urgency is driven by fear, and when action is guided by necessity. Not every discomfort is a signal to move. Some are signals to stay, to observe, to allow, to let the process unfold without interference. There is a certain stability that develops here, not from control, but from tolerance, the ability to sit with uncertainty without needing immediate relief. This does not eliminate discomfort, but it changes your relationship with it. You are no longer reacting automatically. You are choosing your response. And in that space, something shifts, the pressure softens. The urgency slows down. You begin to see that time is not always an obstacle. Sometimes it is part of the solution. Some answers become clear only when they are not forced. Some outcomes stabilize only when they are not rushed, and some things lose their intensity when they are allowed to exist without resistance. Patience, in this sense, is not about waiting passively. It is about staying grounded while things are still forming. It is about trusting the process without needing to control every stage of it. This trust does not appear suddenly. It develops slowly, through repeated moments of choosing not to rush, through learning that not everything needs immediate resolution. And over time, something becomes more stable inside you. A quieter rhythm, a more measured response. You still feel the urge to move, to decide, to resolve, but you are no longer driven by it. There is space between impulse and action, and in that space, you begin to find a different kind of strength. Not the strength of speed, but the strength of steadiness. A strength that allows you to remain, even when nothing seems to be happening. And sometimes that is where the most important changes begin, quietly. Without urgency, without force, just time, doing what it needs to do.